Hello there, everybody. How are you doing? I hope everybody's doing well, and you've got the weather you want to have because we seem to have such interesting weather this month, or at least this part of the month, anyway. Today, I've got a quote that came from someone named Dan Sullivan. Some of you may have heard him, but some of you may not. Your ears can only see, and let me start that one all over again. Your eyes can only see, and your ears can only hear what your brain is looking for. Now let me do that again, correctly this time. Your eyes can only see, and your ears can only hear what your brain is looking for. Now that seems, in a sense, obvious to some degree, but I think many of us really don't stop to think about exactly what this means. Because if you're not looking for something, what makes you think you're going to find it to some degree? Now, granted, you might be looking for something and suddenly you say, oh, I was looking for that last week or something like that. But what I'm looking for, if you will, in this particular case, is, let's just say, an example of something like, if you're thinking that your job is lousy and you hate your job, you're not going to be able to say anything good about it because you're not looking for it. Okay? This quote is the way I interpret it anyway, is coming at it from that perspective. I also saw something on Facebook a few days ago. Some of you may have seen it. In fact, some of you might have been the person who published it. Said something to the effect of, if you've got a good day with your teenager, a good morning with your teenager, don't go looking into the child's room, or, it's some of the things that child's got. Just keep having that good relationship for the moment, and you can look in the room later. Because the idea here, at least the way I interpret it again, is if you're having a good morning and things are going well, the moment you start looking at the room, or assuming, of course, that you have a teenager, of course, that you're going to see the room and it's going to be a mess and you're going to get upset, and that's going to ruin the whole atmosphere for the whole morning, right? So if you're looking for a good relationship, having a happy morning when everybody's, getting along well, don't start looking for something else. And going back to the idea here, well, let me use another example. How many times have you driven someplace, wherever that may, grocery store, work, from work to home, whatever it is, and you're the driver and you go down that road, and you might have been doing the same road for years, months, whatever. And then one day, for some reason, you're going to be a passenger. You're looking for things in a very, very different way, and you're going to see something that's totally different. You might even say, since when is that building there? I mean, I've done this, and sometimes it's like, gee, they completely obliterated a building and built something new, and I never even saw it. Because when you're driving, you're looking for things, the driving things, so to speak. You're looking for the stoplight, wherever cars are going, and the things like that you're looking for. You're not necessarily looking, or you shouldn't be anyway, looking for the, like a tourist, so to speak. So that if you're looking for things to help you drive, that's basically what you're going to see. If you're looking things to sightsee, you're going to be looking at a totally different thing, even if you're looking at the same place. Does this make sense? So that from the standpoint that if you're trying to improve a relationship with somebody, don't start thinking about, gee, this person makes me upset. This person always does this. This person does this. Why do they have to look like that? Because what you're doing is you're looking and listening to the things that are basically just going to continue making the situation worse, or making you more upset, or whatever. If you want to find something to like about somebody, look for those things. Don't just look for those things that are going to be negative. Does that make sense? So if you're trying to enjoy your job or find a better job, again, if all you're doing is finding the things that make you miserable, what makes you think you're going to be happier? Because you're not concentrating on those issues. This is somewhat like the glass half full, glass half empty idea. There are going to be people who are going to look at it as the glass is half full. Some people are going to look at it as the glass is half empty. And there are going to be a bunch of people that are just going to say it's a glass of water. They're not looking at it from either perspective, full or empty. They're just saying, okay, that's what it is. So if you can't, in a sense, if you can't find anything good to say about something, then don't bother, assuming, of course, that you want to feel better about that thing. If you want to be miserable and, just end a relationship or something, and finding a lot of reasons to be miserable in that relationship and to end that relationship, then continue to find all those things, because then the relationship will end, whatever that relationship is, whether it's with a person or a job or anything else like that. If you want to find something that's going to maintain it, you need to start looking for the good things in it. So again, if your eyes are looking for trash, if your eyes are looking for the negative, if you're looking for something bad, if you're listening to negative things, oh, they only say bad things about me. You're not listening for the times in which they say something good. And some of you are going to say they never say anything good. This it's in a sense a two-way street, because if you're only saying that they're only saying bad things and they're saying that you're saying this, what you've got in a sense is a going back and forth, a tit for tat kind of thing, in which how do you expect to improve the relationship, assuming of course that you want to improve the relationship, if both of you are basically just hearing the negative things? One of you, if the relationship is something you want to save, one of you, probably you, assuming of course you want to save it, has to change and do something different. Say thank you every once in a while when something comes across that's even a half compliment. You might be having to stretch something, but at least, you've gone out of your way to at least do something nice and throw that back and forth out of whack a little bit. Might take a while, but you're more likely to improve the relationship if you stop saying the negative, stop listening to the negative, stop looking for the negative. Okay? Now, I hope this makes sense, or at least got you to think about some of those things. So, if you're looking at the room and it's like trashy or something, see if you can find something that's good. Now, in this particular case, as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking in terms of how many times I've, tripped over about something, which is the thing that people should listen to. The fact that I've tripped over my own tongue, or the fact that maybe what I said was helpful. It all happens, at some point in time to all of us, right? So anyway, I hope that was useful. And I'm not trying to apologize. Well, I am trying to apologize because today, for some reason, the mouth's just not working. Again, it happens to all of us. How many times has it been for that you've tried to say something and it just didn't come out right? Anyway, have a good day and a good weekend. I hope this was helpful. I hope at least you started to think about something or maybe paid attention to more of what you were looking at or what you were saying and got you to think about it. So have a good week and we will chat with you later. Bye.